Hello and welcome back to Today in the NBA, where today I'm going to be going over the Los Angeles Clippers past regular season, postseason, what they've done so far in the offseason and free agency, and going over some of the season outcomes for next year, and even looking at what they can do with the rest of free agency. So now to start off, last year the Clippers finished as, I believe, the 6th seed with a record of, I'm not 100% sure on this, 42-40. They were 17th in both offensive and defensive rating with 114.0 and 113.6 defensively. They were pretty solid. They were middle of the pack. The only reason they were really good is because when their stars played, they were probably one of the best teams in the league. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard didn't play too many games together, but when they did, the Clippers were amazing. Unfortunately, they both went down during the postseason, Paul George going down a little bit before and Kawhi Leonard going down during, so they didn't even make it out of the first round, which is very sad because I think this team definitely has the ability to be a finals contender if they're all healthy. Now looking at the Clippers depth chart, starting we have Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Nicholas Batum and Ivica Zubac, and off the bench Terrence Mann, Norman Powell, Kenyon Martin Jr., Marcus Morris and Mason Plumlee. What I would really like to see with this rotation is maybe swapping out Marcus Morris for Robert Covington or someone. Marcus Morris, he's alright, but just like most of the Clippers fans that I've heard talking, I don't think he's probably the solution to the backup center. He can shoot and he's a solid defender, but he's just not where he used to be. I think Robert Covington, someone else who's not really as good as he used to be, but he's still a great NBA player and is definitely someone that could give you good minutes on a championship team. I love Terrence Mann off the bench and Norman Powell. They're two great players that can definitely play together, play well, get buckets, play good defense. Kenyon Martin, pretty solid player. He's good getting downhill, which is definitely something the Clippers needed to look at. Last year, I don't think the Clippers were too high up there in offensive rating because they struggled to put pressure on the rim. Paul George just isn't able to put pressure on the rim like he used to. He does take a lot of mid-ranges, few floaters, but it's mostly mid-ranges and three-pointers. He can hit them at a great clip though, so I'm fine with him taking them. Kawhi Leonard just doesn't have the same burst that he used to. He's still a great player, but he just struggles to get to the rim as much. The saving grace in that department is Norman Powell, who's pretty much made a living off of making tough three-pointers and getting downhill, getting to the rim. He's an athletic player, someone that can finish well, same as Kenyon Martin. Athletic players that can finish well, play solid defense and be really good contributors, whether they're starting because of an injury or they're coming off of the bench. Now the one thing that I do want to talk about for the Clippers off-season is the James Harden rumours. I think that they're interesting, but I don't know how true it's going to be. From what I've heard around the league, the Clippers don't seem all that motivated to get a deal done, and if they are trying to get a deal done, they do not want to be including Terrence Mann in that, and I think that that is pretty much, without a doubt, the best or most valuable player that they are able to send back to the 76ers without giving up Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, which I definitely don't think is going to happen. Now, I have made a video on this James Harden trade situation, but feel free to check that out if you want. Could be a good video to see. I'll give some more insights on what I think of the trade. Anyway, so far in the Clippers off-season, I'm going to give them a B+. They haven't really done anything. They did manage to bring Russell Westbrook back on a good contract, which is what changes it from a B to a B+. Kenyon Martin Jr., another solid rotation player, but they didn't really need rotation players. They sort of needed that top-end level talent. Kenyon Martin Jr. is also not that great of a defender, and that is, as you saw with the ratings, something that they do need to get. I think if the Clippers really want to be better next year, they need to start putting pressure on the rim. Russell Westbrook's definitely someone that can do that. So I think that if he's featured more in the offense, or if when he's featured in the office, he's going downhill, going to the rim, trying to maybe not even score, maybe just trying to draw the defense in and kick it out to Paul George, Kawhi, Nick Batum, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, one of their good shooters. It's something that the Clippers really do need to work on, but I think Ty Lue's a great coach, so I definitely think he will be able to implement that. It's just whether or not the team is able to execute it. The other big question with the Clippers is their health. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are both very injury-prone players, players that haven't played much. I don't think they even played 50 games last year, so it will be very interesting to see if they're healthy or not. Now, my predictions for this team, I think they're going to be the 4 seed with a record of 39 and 42. I think that both Paul George and Kawhi Leonard will make All-Star games. I don't think anyone from this team is going to be making an All-NBA team. Anyway, I think they'll probably get bounced in the conference finals, going up against the Suns, in my opinion. I know it's a little bit of a hot take, saying that only the Clippers and the Suns will get to the conference finals, but it's just what I think. I think that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard will finally be healthy for a run, both of them, and I think they'll make it a fair way in, as Paul George and Kawhi are both great playoff players and have both shown that they are able to elevate their performances in the playoffs. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave it a like. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. If you really enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a subscription. I do post daily NBA content, so it is worth keeping up to date on. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.